That was terrible. Just a terrible feeling. Team 5C. Alright. So we'll probably do one more league after this one. We're going to run the red deck again. I don't want to just give up onto it after a little bit. Unless somebody has something in particular they want to see. Yeah, we'll keep this one. Yeah, we're probably going to run the same deck back. Unless there's something crazy somebody wants to see. The Mono Blue Storm deck is pretty fun. We can play that. Problem is, I just don't think the format's very conducive to a lot of the fun decks right now. So I think in this spot we want to shock this Llanowar Elf, because I don't know if we're doing anything with a... If they go turn 2 Steel Leaf Champion, we're just in trouble. So we want to wait till we can screep something a little bit better together. Servant. All in on the mana dorks. Alright. So we're going to go Kinra. Need a hill land. Attacking. And then playing a Steel Leaf Champion. They play a Steel Leaf Champion. We are swinging. Oh man, have fun. What kind of trivia is it? Llanowar Elf. Whoa. Does not look like their hand had much going on. So I'm going to play the Bowmat Courier, and I'm going to Lightning Strike the Servant of the Conduit. And this way they can trade the Llanowar Elf with one of my creatures, but I'm okay with them trading for one of these guys. Win all the trivia, be the smartest person. That sounds good. Oh, Sultai. Okay, so alright, now that's perfect. So we're gonna go Bowmat Courier. We're gonna swing with both, and we have Wizard's Lightning backup. So that's good. And we're gonna be able, even though we don't have a wizard, we're gonna be able to cast Wizard's Lightning and either kill Servant on instep or throw it at the opponent's face, but this way we're not losing a card in the process against Flamekilled online. Scarab God here. Unless they top deck that swamp, they could have gone Scarab God last turn. Yep, that's the guy. This makes me want to go ahead and still kill this Servant. I don't want them getting a big board state. Alright, so let's play this Flamekilled. And then we're going to go and attack with both Bowmat Couriers. And we'll sack whichever one he blocks. Because I need to start getting... I need to not be wasting 3 mana on a turn. That's also why we made Phase the Flame. is because we're gonna be sacking whatever he blocks, so I want to make sure that if I get like spells, I'm able to get them. Okay, so we're sacking this guy to draw 3 cards. Excellent. So now we go Lava Runner, Bomat Courier. Next turn, we're going to draw 3 more cards. Scarab God's unfortunate because he's going to be able to start stealing things. If he steals our Earthshaker Kenra, that's going to be really bad. It's going to be a pretty quick clock. Then we have 1 card left in hand. Alright, so we get to draw these. 3, 4, 5. So I could go Pyromancer, Chain Whirler, and make my board state as wide as possible, but then he gets to steal my Earthshaker Kenra. If I get the Earthshaker Kenra now while I have priority, can't take my Earthshaker Kenra. And next turn I can go Pyromancer, Chain Whirler with the Flame of Kill trigger, so I think that sounds best. I just don't want to lose the opportunity to get this 4/4 back. Okay, but we're not attacking right here because he just gets to block this 4/4 and take 4. Or are we attacking? If we attack, oh, because he can also rebuy a blocker, so let's just let it go. So next turn we'll be able to actually attack. And then whenever he does his blocks with his zombies, this Chain Whirler is going to come in and like wipe the board. It's going to deal 3, so it should be able to kill most of the things on the board. If he blocks the 2/2, the Lava Runner with Scarab God, or the 4/4, that would be actually even better. So we'll see. Alright. Wizard's Lightning is pretty good too. How much damage is this? This is 4, 9, 12. I could actually just 5 the Scarab God now. So if I 5 the Scarab God, whoa, 8. I only need to hit them for 2. He has 3 blockers. What is the better play? I think getting the Scarab God off the board sounds better. Yeah, let's do that. We want to get the Scarab God off the board. So he steals a creature right now. We then Chain Whirler. And so now all my creatures trade with his 4/4s. So we might actually wait to Chain Whirler until he does his blocks. No, because if he blocks a Bomat Courier, I want to be able to immediately fire this off. Or sack the Bomat Courier and generate cards instead of losing the extra cards. He has to block this Lava Runner, probably. So he blocks Lava Runner, Kenra, he's taking 2, plus 3, it's 5, he's going to 5. And he's losing both these creatures. If he blocks Bomats, he's just going to be dead. Yeah, actually we want him to block the Bomats, because if he blocks Bomats, he dies. So we're just going to swing. If he blocks the Bomats, I just don't get to draw cards off of them. That's okay. Yeah, that Wizard's Lightning changed everything. So if he blocks Bomats, he's taking 4, 8, and then the Chain Whirler kills him. Okay. So now we Chain Whirler. This should deal 3 to the opponent. And then we can just wait and sack Bomats later. Like, we'll be able to do our swings and then see what they do before we decide what to sacrifice. This should be enough. Alright, so let's go to our other lists. A.K. Davis. Scarab God's not going to change this game state. Blocks here, he takes 4. And then I pop these Bomat Couriers and likely find a burn spell. That lands okay because like it means anything I draw off these Bomat Couriers, I will draw a burn spell off these 5, 6 cards. So he has to block Goblin Chain Whirler and hope I draw 6 lands. Alright, so let's try the whole control thing. See if I can figure out how this holding priority works. Okay, so just hold the control button. Cool. It's not an intuitive thing. So by doing both of them, because you have to, part of the cost you discard your hand. So if you put both on the stack simultaneously, you would actually just draw the cards under multiple Bomat Couriers. Boom. Sweet. Alright, so we win that game. I honestly don't know what I want in this matchup. They're green, so maybe some cuts will be good. But the shocks are pretty good. They have a lot of mana dorks, so these Crop Crashers didn't feel impressive. They're also likely going to be bringing in Yahini's expertises. And while I'm not going to be able to dodge that, that does make Flame of Kel notably worse. I don't hate Karizev's expertise. I might just really like that card more than I should, but I don't hate it. Hazoret's a really hard card for them to answer. Don't really care to Banefire them. I think it might just be something along the lines of this. Let's try this. Thanks, man. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it comes together, and sometimes it does not at all come together. 821. Sultai Scarab. Alright. This hand is not impressive. So the problems we have with this hand currently are that our big hits, we have no realistic way to be sure it's going to resolve. But Soulscar with a burn spell against this matchup sounds pretty good, so we're going to keep it. It's just not, it's not ideal. It's not exactly what we want to be doing. Alright, so let's see what they reveal. Be able to take a land or a creature. Yeah, so they grabbed a forest. They're very green based. So the Scarab God, it could be like the play didn't play out like a mono green Stompy list, but they might have the ability to kind of shift into that kind of deck. Soulscar is really good here. So now we actually can next turn go Wizard's Lightning and Lava Runner for efficiency. We get to play both spells as opposed to one spell, and that's really what we want to do. And anytime you're playing this deck, you want to play as many spells in a turn as possible. So if you draw Flame of Kelds and things like that, what is this? Alright. So when they explore, they gain 3 life, and they put a 1/1 counter on this. So we're going to kill this thing, because them gaining 3 life is almost game over. We need to hit another land fairly soon. Alright. Then we get to hit them for 2. I did not see anything that indicated it was a wild growth walker deck in the last one. Exploring, it doesn't cost, it's an effect. So creature comes into play, you look at the top card of your deck, or you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a land, it goes in your hand. If it's not a land, the creature gets a 1/1 counter, and you can either put it in your graveyard or leave it on top. So we don't want them exploring a bunch. We're going to attack with both creatures first. Because, I mean, this very heavily green Blossoming Defense, 1 mana, give it hexproof, and +2/+2 is very realistic. And I want to be able to interact with this Wild Growth Walker. So if we attack, we're actually leaving an opening for them to block and Blossoming Defense, and then in response we Lightning Strike. Okay. They didn't go for it. That doesn't mean they don't have it. We will Lightning Strike in response to any Explorers before they can get the 3 life. So if they cast something with Explore, we need to shoot it. Yep, because that's going to Explore twice, and I don't want to let them do that. They did have it, so they played defensively. That's unfortunate. So they're going to gain 6 life and go to 23. Okay, so they bend that. They bend that, yeah. It's not good. Oh, they're just going to attack me? Okay. Because this carries Ev's expertise completely changes this clock. If they explore again, that's just going to be backbreaking. So we're going to actually just Chain Whirler. So it's going to turn that Jade Light Ranger into a 3/2. And then we're going to attack with our Lava Runner. And if they want to block it, they can. I'll trade that. Yeah, once Wild Growth Walker, like when that card starts clicking, it does things. They're about to gain 3 more life and explore again. Chain Whirler keeps anything but Wild Growth Walker from attacking. For now. Alright. So we could carry Zev's expertise, this Wild Growth Walker, putting a Soulscar Mage into play. Attack with Chain Whirler and Wild Growth Walker. But I think what we want to do is go and have Hazret in play. And while Hazret's not going to do anything right now, it's going to set us up for a really strong turn off this carry Zev's expertise. Because now we're guaranteed that Hazret can attack next turn. Because he can't attack unless I have 1 or less cards in my hand, or block. But now, no matter what I draw, carry Zev's expertise will take control of a creature until the end of turn. And then I can also cast a spell from my hand that costs 2 or less without paying its mana cost. So I can definitely go to 1 card. Alright, so I can take the Scarab God. If that does anything. Does it do anything? We're at 15. Problem is they're just like setting up walls here. I can take Scarab God. That'll let me attack with everything. And we have some, they can trade with a few things. Wild Growth Walker can eat Goblin Chain Whirler. So I can take Scarab God and swing for 10. They can chump block and then just rebuy things. No, I think we gotta wait. We gotta hope our opponent makes a mistake. We really don't have an attack that's gonna put our opponent anywhere close to dead for a little while, so if we're not going to actually make an impact in the long term, there's no reason to just throw away the cards right now. Alright. Upside is our Hazard can block. So he doesn't really have attacks. He is going to start stealing things. Right now he can take Wild Growth Walkers or Servant of Conduits. That's kind of rough. So we want to start holding on to lands because we want to be able to throw them at our opponent for 2. Yeah. Rebuy Wild Growth Walker. Makes it a 4/4. So now they're going to be able to start draining us every upkeep. So for every zombie he controls, he gets to scry that many, and I lose that much life. Pretty sure that they did what green wants to do as far as just walling out the game. They might board in this Wild Growth Walker business for the red decks. Alright, we can go and concede. So the reason we're going to concede here is Jade Light Ranger says it explores and then explores again. So it explores twice. So they're going to gain 12 life. And they're going to gain 2 counters on each Wild Growth Walker. And they're going to gain their other creature. Like, the red deck does not have a way to punch through this. So we're just going to go and scoop it up. Alright. So Crop Crusher feels more important. Shock still feels good. I think we can take out these Pyromancers. I still don't think we want Flame of Celts. I do want to take out 2 of these Shocks for 2 Braids. Because I want to make sure I kill Wild Growth Walkers. Ugh, does not feel good. Alright, so we're going to game 3. We get to be on the play, which is really helpful. This hand. What do we got? We have a 1-drop. We have a kill spell for a lot of their stuff. We're going to keep this one. We can kill a lot of their things. Because a lot of their Explorer creatures are 1 toughness things. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming in. Have a good night, brother. So we can kill a lot of their Explorer creatures if they hit lands, because then they don't get 1/1 counters. So Goblin Chain Whirler can come in and just kind of erase the board state. That's perfect. So Soulscar Mage is the perfect draw. Since everything else is sorcery speed, now we have we're using all of our mana. Like efficiency in Magic, that's where you want to start. You want to make sure you're using all your mana. That's really important. If you're finding yourself passing a lot of turns and you're not using the mana you have in play, then what's your deck really doing? Alright, cool. So we get to kill this Servant. Alright. Again, we want to use all of our mana, so we're just going to play this Chain Whirler to get this guy in play. And we're going to attack. Because now we're looking at next turn, whatever he plays, we're going to be able to cut, and then Lava Runner, and hit for 2, 4, 5, 6, 10, and they'll go to 6. Is that a show? Is there like an ultimate barbecue cook-off that's a show? Never even heard of this. Or are you going to that? Because that would be a sweet thing to go to. Alright, so we're going to try to cut this Wild Growth Walker. And the reason we're going to do this is because if they try to Blossoming Defense in response, I want to be able to Wizard's Lightning it. I need to get this thing off the board. Alright, so yeah, we're going to just use our Wizard's Lightning and go and kill this thing. We don't want this around. So we don't get the Lava Runner in play attacking. We also lose a burn spell, but we get the very important life-gaining creature out of the battlefield. And they're still going to take 8 and go to 8. Alright. So we're pretty close. Next turn, we're going to be able to swing for 8. with nothing else. So if we don't have any other plays, we swing for 8. Jade Light. Yeah, so they would have gained 6 life right now. Luckily, they're missing out on that. A burn spell would be perfect. Any burn spell. And it's game over. Any burn spell. Let's go. Burn spell. So they kept Wild Growth Walker on top. So their top card's Wild Growth Walker. They can go Wild Growth Walker and a... Alright, so... If we attack with everybody, and Jade Light blocks a Lava Runner, then he takes 3, 4, 5, 6, and goes to 2. If he goes Wild Growth Walker and Branch Walker, then he goes up to 5. I think we still have to swing with everybody. Maybe not Soulscar Mage, because Soulscar Mage is pretty important if we have if we draw another Goblin Chain Whirler. I think 3 and 2 don't really matter a lot in difference. So we're going to swing this way. Okay, so it takes 5, goes to 3. We lose a Lava Runner. We have a lot of outs. Wild Growth Walker with a land and a Jade Light Ranger would be really unfortunate. Alright, so they don't have the mana to do Wild Growth Walker and Jade Light Ranger. We're still in a position where Hazoret or Burn Spell are pretty good. Oh no. Okay, Servant could be worse. It's not a... Alright, so we can abrade the Wild Growth Walker. Or if we abrade Jade Light Ranger and attack with everybody, then any 2 creatures are a win, right? So if we abrade here, if they block Goblin Chain Whirler... no, because he can keep his Wild Growth. We have to kill Wild Growth Walker. And then he has to block Chain Whirler with Servant. And then he blocks Soulscar Mage with Jade Light Ranger. He takes 2 and goes to 1. And then then he plays the Jade Light Ranger. I swing with both. Because if we kill Jade Light, you can put Wild Growth in front of a 2-power creature, Servant in front of a 2-power creature, Servant in front of Chain Whirler, take 2 and go to 1. So yeah, we have to kill Wild Growth Walker, because otherwise he's gaining 6. Yep. So we should have swung with Soulscar Mage last turn. I wanted to keep the ability for Chain Whirler to be more impactful, but then a Burn Spell, which is a higher probability of a draw, ends up mattering more. So if we swing with everybody last turn, we win on that spell. It was, but I still think my decision was wrong. I have more burn spells in my deck than I have other Chain Whirlers, so the Soulscar Mage is a lot less important from a numbers perspective. Okay. Oh, gosh. Alright, so he gets forced. I mean, if he doesn't have an Explore guy, I don't know if he wants to keep this Wild Growth Walker on top, because then he's not going to gain anything. So when we swing out Jade Light in front of Chain Whirler, Jade Light in front of Lava Runner, so I did... Okay, so he actually has a Forest in hand, because we know he drew that and he played Aether Hub instead. So we know he has nothing in hand. Oh, just game over. Don't even mess with it. We just do it. All right. Cool. So we won that one.